Hey, Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High God, Yahweh, in the name of His Son, you ignorantly called Jesus Christ, who we know as Yahweh Shai. This your boy, Padatas of War, and as you already can see, man, you see the title of the video, you see what's going on. Uh, but you know, the Messiah said that it was gonna be things like this that was gonna happen, man. He said that there would be wars and rumors of wars. You see what I'm saying? And what we seeing right now is just, we're just seeing conflicts, all over. There's a conflict going on over here. Over there dealing with Russia, Ukraine's conflicts over there. And then you got this stuff that's happening right now with Israel and stuff like that. All these different conflicts, man. And ultimately it's all gonna lead to World War III. And that's what we patiently awaiting. So give me a second and we about to get started real quick. Hold up. Give me a second. Give me a second and we're about to get started real quick. Give me a second. So Shalom, 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 Shalom. So with everything, everything happening and stuff like that. Hey, one thing we got to keep in mind, we got to keep the faith because, like the scriptures say, he that endureth to the end is the same shall be saved. Matter of fact, let me go there real quick. Let me go over that real quick before we continue with what's going on. Let me go there because that's something that people need to keep in mind, man. That you know, those that's keeping the faith and stuff like that, keeping the faith, keeping the commandments and stuff like that, those brothers are going to be the ones that, those brothers or sisters are going to be the ones that's going to make it out here. You know what I'm saying? So let's go to Matthew chapter 24 and let's start at verse 13. It says, but he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. So that's what the Messiah was basically saying, that he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. So we got to keep in mind that, you know, those people are going to be the ones that's going to be saved. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to go into some more presets before we actually get started with looking into this, conflict. Shalom to everybody that's joining in, that's checking out the video. Like the video, share the video, comment. Shalom to all y'all though. So I'm going to share my screen real quick and we're going to get started. Share my entire screen. Okay. First, I want to go to, let's go right here. Let's go to Sirach chapter 39 and 1. Let's go to Sirach 39. Yeah, 39 and 1. Let's read this real quick. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus 39 and 1. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High and is occupied in the meditation thereof will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient and be occupied in prophecies. And see, that's what we should be doing. We should be occupied in prophecies. We should be locked into the prophecies, locked into the things that the Most High God is bringing out, in the earth. You know what I'm saying? These are telltale signs of the end. You know what I'm saying? These are definitely telltale signs of the end. Matter of fact, let me go here real quick. Let me go to Romans. Let me go to. Let me go to. Let's go to Romans chapter 13. Let's go there real quick. So this is Romans chapter 13:11. And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believe. So if Paul was sitting up there speaking about, their salvation is nearer than when they believe back then, you see what I'm saying? Back then, over close to, whether 2,000 years ago, How much more? You feel me? How much more now? You know, how much more should we be looking to the fact that our salvation is much more near? You know what I'm saying? How much more? We should definitely be paying attention to, the things that's taking place, the different type of wars that's taking place and happening right now. Our eyes should be glued. You know what I'm saying? Because see, what people don't understand, let me go to Wisdom of Solomon 18. Let's go to Wisdom of Solomon real quick. Because this is what we got to understand, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. This is what y'all got to understand. With us being the chosen people of the Most High God, this is something we definitely, let me just type it in over here. This is something that we definitely got to understand. Let me go to Wisdom of Solomon 18. Let's get this precept. Okay, so we at Wisdom of Solomon chapter 18 verse 7. So this is Wisdom of Solomon chapter 18 verse 7. So of thy people was accepted both the salvation of the righteous and the destruction of the enemies. You see that? It says verse 8, for wherewith thou did punish our adversaries, by the same thou didst glorify us, whom thou hadst called. You see that? So in the same way, so basically what it's saying is this: our salvation is synonymous with, our adversaries getting punished. You see what I'm saying? Because as the scriptures say, he was basically saying, the Most High was basically, bringing out through the prophet, you have touched the apple of my eye. You see what I'm saying? So with our salvation comes the destruction of our enemies. You know what I'm saying? And that comes the changing of the powers that's in control of the world. You feel me? A changing of the rulership that's happening and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, let me go to Sirach. Go to Sirach chapter 10. Sirach 10. Let's go Sirach 10. Okay. So we have to go to Sirach chapter 10, and we're gonna read let me go to Sirach 10 and 8. This is Sirach chapter 10, verse 8. It says, because of unrighteous dealings and injuries and riches gotten by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. So we gotta understand, like, because these other nations were sitting up there doing, unrighteous dealings. You know what I'm saying? And riches, America definitely has riches gotten by deceit. You see what I'm saying? Hella riches gotten by deceit. But it's telling you that the kingdom is translated from one people to another. And ultimately, when you deal with 2nd Ezra 6, 7 through 7 through 9, it basically goes into how the end of the world, Esau is the beginning. No, Esau is the beginning of the world. And we're the hold up, matter of fact, let me go to it. I just want to roughly paraphrase. I don't want to tear it up. Hold up real quick. We go to 2nd Ezra. 2nd Ezra 6. Let's get it. 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follow. And that's what we got to keep in mind. That the end of this world, the people that's going to be ruling at the end of this world, go back to their forefathers, Esau. They're the Edomites, which would be the so-called white man. He's going to be ruling at the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, which would be us. The first shall be last, the last shall be first. Remember, we're the last. We're the last in this place. You know what I'm saying? And we shall be first in the end. You see what I'm saying? And the first shall be last. Esau, the Edomites, they're going to be at the bottom of the totem pole when they get in the kingdom. So keep that in mind. And also they're out of all the nations, they're the only nation that's going to get exterminated when it's all said and done. So, let's keep that in mind. So let's go into let's look into these articles real quick. So let's go to this article. So the article says Israel and Hezbollah trade their most intense fire in months and then pull back. Okay, so it says Israel and Lebanese militant group Hezbollah traded heavy fire early Sunday, but backed off from sparking a widely feared all-out war as both sides signaled their most intense exchange in months was over. The cross-border attacks came as a high-level talks resumed in Egypt, aimed at a ceasefire between Israel and Hamas in Gaza. That would also ease regional tensions. The Hamas and Israeli delegations later left Cairo, and an Israeli official speaking on the condition of anonymity to discuss behind the scenes diplomacy said the talks were expected to continue. So Hezbollah claimed to hit an Israeli military intelligence site near Tel Aviv in a barrage of hundreds of rockets and drones. So here, Hezbollah is claiming that they hit a Israeli military intelligence site. And see, that's the thing. You're aiming at you're definitely going, like, especially in the midst of war, understanding that these people are firing at us. You know what I'm saying? They're firing at us. So the things that we need to do, we need to be taking out where they're firing at us from. You know what I'm saying? If we could take that out and take out their intelligence and stuff like that, we can win the battle. So they're definitely aiming at those military sites and stuff like that. They're trying to take that stuff out. So I can understand that. But you got to be strategic in war. And these other nations, they're definitely looking to be strategic in war because nobody want to be the nation that get destroyed. You know what I'm saying? So let's continue. And Israel claimed its strikes had been preemptive to avert a larger attack. Neither offered evidence. So they're both talking, sitting up there like, "Hey, we did this." You know what I'm saying? We hit y'all military intelligence site. Then Israel sitting up there saying, we had been preemptive to avert a larger attack. But neither side is offering evidence. Neither side is offering evidence. They just talking. You know what I'm saying? But it's clear. What is evident is that these nations are, these people are actually going back and forth. You know what I'm saying? There is, rockets, missiles and stuff like that being launched back and forth between the two. So that is clear. So let's continue. Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah said the attack a response to Israel's killing of a top militant commander in Beirut last month. Now, Israel did say that they didn't have nothing to do with this. They don't know what happened. They didn't have nothing to do with this. But y'all in the midst of y'all shooting at each other. What you think? Like we bombing at each other and stuff like that. Even if Hezbollah were the ones that even if they let the rocket off or whatever, and it killed this dude or whatever, even if they were the ones that did it, they're still going to sit up there and probably most likely blame Israel for it because we're in the whole battle with y'all. You know what I'm saying? So you should have known y'all was going to get blamed for that. And y'all using America's American weapons. So let's put that out there. You feel me? So you got to keep that in mind. So let's continue. Since the ceasefire talks. So last month had been delayed to give the Gaza ceasefire talks a chance. And so fellow Iran-backed groups could discuss with Iran whether to attack Israel all at once. Israeli and U.S. military deployment also played a role. So they were all thinking, so all these other fellow Iran-backed groups, they were all thinking about, hey, man, we should just go get these niggas. We should just go take them all out at once. You know what I'm saying? That's where their minds was at. But the thing is, they had to keep in mind that, Israeli, the U.S. military deployment too, because they know that the U.S. is backing them. You know what I'm saying? But what you gotta understand is that, the people, who's supporting Hezbollah, you got Iran. They're supporting Hezbollah. You know what I'm saying? And then who's supporting Iran? Russia. That's somebody that has a problem with the West. They have a problem with the West. So we got to keep that in mind, of how this can really spill out, like with all this stuff happening and stuff like that. And then right now, Russia, they're still going at it with Ukraine. That hasn't stopped. Matter of fact, how long that been going? How long has that conflict? How long has the Russia, and let's see how long that been going on, because that's still been going on. You see that? And fighting. That started February 2022. You see that? February 22. So on the 24th of February. So by February 24, 2025 will be at 3 years. You see that? If you see that, it's 3 years. Showing you like this, hey, this serious, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is serious. Some serious work. So let's go back to the article. So it says, we will now reserve the right to respond at a later time if the results of Sunday's attack aren't sufficient. Nasrallah said, adding that the allied Houthi rebels in Yemen and Iran itself had yet to respond. So they keeping it, they low key. They ain't said nothing. You see what I'm saying? They ain't said nothing. But he told the Lebanese people, at this current stage, the country can take a breath and relax. Let's see, Israel and see, that's the thing. That's what you want. See, saying that, that's what you want your enemies to think. You want your enemies to think that right now we just take a breath and relax, and then boom, a whole nother a whole nother attack comes. You know what I'm saying? So everybody's in the mindset of thinking, how to get up on each other. So you got to keep that in mind. Israel and Hezbollah said they aimed only at military targets. So both of them was aiming only at military targets. You see that? It says Israel said no military target was hit, but one soldier with the Navy was killed and two others were wounded either by an interceptor for incoming fire or by a shrapnel from one. Two Hezbollah fighters and a militant from an allied group were killed, the group said. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said the military eliminated thousands of rockets that were aimed at northern Israel and shot down drones heading for the center of the country. And you got to remember, they got that Iron Dome and stuff like that. So they definitely are not, they're definitely, trying to keep them missiles from really doing damage on them. So let's go to this video I got right here. We're going to check this video. I ain't going to really say much. I'm going to let the video play out. I might play the whole video, might not play the whole video, just to give y'all more so y'all can see like what's taking place and stuff like that. But we'll see. Let's go ahead and get it.
For almost a month, the Middle East has been on edge, waiting for the Hezbollah militant group's response to Israel's assassination of one of its senior commanders. And earlier today, that response came, despite what Israel calls a preemptive strike to blunt the attack.
Y'all see that?
This was
keep this in mind though. Like we used to, hearing gunshots at night. Niggas shooting guns at night. You know what I'm saying? We used to hearing that. Hearing machine guns let off throughout the night. But like we talking about, imagine being in a house and a whole missile just went over your house. You just hearing missile strikes all night, and it's not fireworks, homie. It's not fireworks. Destruction and damage is being done. People are dying. Imagine that. Massive amounts of people dying. You know what I'm saying? Population control at its finest. Let's get it.
The scene over northern Israel as Hezbollah unleashed a barrage of rockets and drones over southern Lebanon. Its leaders calling the attack phase 1 of its revenge.
So they let you know, hey, this ain't even done yet. This is just phase 1, meaning we got more coming. That's why I said, like, when they were sitting up there talking about right now everybody can relax and all this. That's what you want your enemies to think. You want your enemies to think that it's time for them to relax, and then you hit them with the next attack. But this is just phase 1. Let's continue.
Most of the rockets were intercepted, but here's a look at some of the damage that was caused. This home sustained structural damage. Israel's prime minister says his country's forces are ready to protect its citizens. U.S. President Joe Biden and his national security advisors are said to be monitoring this escalation in cross-border hostilities.
Of course they monitor it. Of course, they paying attention to what's going on and stuff like that. You know, they done put all this money into Israel. They're definitely monitoring what's taking place. And see, they also are very cautious about deploying their people in high amounts because they know the type of potential war it can cause, you know. And with war come money, you know what I'm saying? And America is definitely in debt like a mug, you know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is that they understand that they have to be strategic with their moves because if we jump in this, it can potentially break out. And if it breaks out, this nation jump in, then there you got it. Everybody fighting. And it's all ball. And it's not gonna be a fight. See, that's the thing. That's what we gotta understand. Let me go to this precept. Let me go here real quick. This is not gonna be this World War Three. It's not going to be a battle that's gonna be just fought. Like people think it's just gonna be fought on ground, like majority of the other battles, the other wars and stuff like that. People running around with machine guns, ARs and all that stuff. People think that it's just gonna be like that, but no, we got to keep in mind of how this is really gonna go down. So I'm gonna read this real quick. This is Isaiah 9:5. Look what it says. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. So we talking about nuclear missiles being let off. That's the way that this war is gonna go. You see what I'm saying? This war is not going to be, oh, you just running around, laid him out. No, it's going to be whole vicinities getting destroyed, man. You know what I'm saying? Whole, you know what I'm saying? Like took off the map type stuff. That's what type of stuff finna go down. So we gotta keep that in mind. So let's go back to this video and play it.
We're going to turn now to CBC's Sasha Petrusik, who's watching this unfolding story in Jerusalem. Sasha, the leader of Hezbollah, gave a televised address a short time ago. What did he have to say, and is he planning more attacks on Israel?
Well, that is an open question. His address is going on still, but Hassan Nasrallah actually presented a blow-by-blow description of the attack and what the intentions were in an unusual kind of description. He said that there was never any intention to target civilian areas. He said that the whole idea was to hit very strategic military targets in Israel, and in particular one that's just outside Tel Aviv. He said the rockets that were fired were really meant as a deterrent, as a distraction for Israel's Iron Dome defense system so that they could get the drones in. And he said everything was launched exactly the way that it was supposed to go. He did, in the end, say that our military operation was completed as planned with precision. Now, that's a very different kind of description than what we're hearing from the Israeli government here, which is saying that really everything was thrown off by its own attack. The other interesting part about this is, as you say, he said that this was the first phase of the response that Israel has been waiting for to that strike that killed the top Hezbollah commander last month. So there should be a second phase. We don't know if it's coming or when it's coming, but he hinted that that was the plan.
Sasha, what is Israel saying about all of this and the possibility of the war in Gaza expanding to
So as you can see right here, it says Hezbollah leader said one of his statements was our military operation was completed as planned with precision. So either they ended up knocking off the military the military bases that they were speaking on, the military intelligence base. Well, either they knocked it off or what Israel said was true, one of the two. At the end of the day, he seemed to be satisfied with whatever happened. So I'm pretty sure they knocked some stuff off, especially with him already, thinking about phase 2 and knowing that phase 2 is on its way. So we definitely need to be watchful of phase 2 and how things take place, because it could be big, you know. It could definitely be big. Let's continue.
That northern border with Lebanon.
Right. Well, this has been a kind of parallel war that's been going on the northern border really for the past number of months. It's had sporadic escalations and then it calms down again. It seems as though neither side wants this to escalate, although it obviously could inadvertently happen like that. Hezbollah is also hinting today that it doesn't want an escalation. Diplomats have been saying that neither side does. But as far as Israel is concerned, it is saying that it deterred this whole attack, that it knew the attack was coming in advance, that it sent more than 100 jets up to bomb the launch sites of the rockets and the other weapons that were going to be fired, and that really nothing happened here.
So they're saying that no damage happened. That's what Israel's saying. Nothing really happened. No damage. We deterred everything. That's their statement.
Nothing significant happened. Obviously, there were some areas near the border that were hit, but that Hezbollah did not hit the targets that it was going after. And in the end, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said that this is not the end of the story, hinting that there will be more attacks into Lebanon. This is the rest of what he.
Hey, with that being said, before I finish the video, I gotta, because I was sitting up here talking about them both giving a statements, and this is something to keep in mind too. This is when anybody, you got two sides to every story. You got two sides. You got this person's side, that person's side, then you have the truth, But keep this in mind. This is Proverbs 18 and 17 in NLT. It says, the first to speak in court sounds right until the cross-examination begins. So always keep that in mind. Like, what you say, you will be cross-examined for it. You know what I'm saying? And if what you said is the truth, and if it holds up in court, hey, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But it will be, if it's a lie, it will be found out as a lie during the cross-examination. You feel me? So keep that in mind. Don't always go with the first thing that somebody say. Don't be simple, man. Matter of fact, because some of our people be simple as heck. Don't be simple at all. Especially when you hear these, especially being out here on the West and hearing them talking about, they're sitting up there saying that, nothing's going on. This is happening. All this is happening over. The West is going to be biased towards the West. Keep that in mind. The West is going to be biased towards the West. America is going to be biased towards America. That's how the media is going to operate. They don't want you to get the truth of what's really taking place. You feel me? So just keep that in mind. This is Proverbs 14 and 15 in NLT. Only simpletons believe everything they're told. The prudent carefully consider their steps. So only people that's simple as hell gonna believe everything they told. You can't believe everything you told. You know what I'm saying? You got to cross-examine everything. You feel me? So let's continue. Let's finish this video, and I'm gonna go into some precepts, and we'll just close out from there.
Had to say,
we are determined to do everything to protect our country, return the residents of the North safely to their homes, and continue to uphold a simple rule: whoever hurts us, we hurt them.
and this is really the message that Israel's been sending out, that it is very determined to fight back, and to fight back in advance if it suggests or if it hints or if it thinks that something is going to happen and someone's going to attack Israel.
Strong message there from Netanyahu, for sure, in response to the latest. Thanks for this. That's the CBC's Sasha Petrusik in Jerusalem.
So as you can see that, you see that right there. So as you can see, all this stuff that's taking place right now. So the question is, what should you be doing? Matter of fact, let me go to this precept. Hold up real quick. Let's go right here real quick. Let's go to 2 Peter. Let's get up out of here. got a blue letter. Let's go to 2 Peter chapter 3. Because this is the problem. Like this is a problem, like especially like amongst blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. We be worried about the wrong things, you feel me? So um remember this is the context of what I'm about to bring out. This is the context, the coming day of the Lord. You see what I'm saying? So we're gonna start at verse let's see where we're gonna start. We're gonna start at verse 10. Well, no, this is the context of new heaven and new earth, but it's all tied into each other. You'll see. So this is 2 Peter 3:10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up. So this is just dealing with the missiles taking place. But it says the day of the Lord, it's gonna come as a thief in the night. You're not gonna know when this is going when everything's gonna take place. It's gonna happen so fast. You feel me? It's gonna happen so fast. And notice it says the earth also and the works therein shall be burnt up. So the works that's done within this place is gonna be burnt up. Keep that in mind. Verse 11. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness. So you seeing that all this stuff finna take place. How should you be living? You feel me? That's the question. How should you be living knowing that, prophecies are piling up? They're definitely getting, everything's getting closer than close with the destruction of this place coming, and we don't know exactly what day that's going to be, but we know that it's coming, like it's getting closer, especially with the prophecies. Let's look at it in NLT. Since everything around us is going to be destroyed like this, what holy and godly lives you should live. You see that? You should be living holy. You should be living godly because you understand that this place ain't going to last forever. Let's get verse 12. Looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of God, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved and elements shall melt with fervent heat. You see that? You should be looking for and hasting unto the coming of God. But a lot of people are, well, I'm not ready now. I want to continue to live my life and do whatever the hell I want to do. I just want to do whatever the hell I want to do. It don't matter what it is. I just want to do what I want to do. I'm still young. You know what I'm saying? I'm just living my life out here. God understands. Look, check it out. Let me go here real quick because, a lot of our people are like that. Let's go here. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 5:7. Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day, for suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance. So basically saying, hey, don't be sitting up there putting off from day to day of you turning to the Lord, because suddenly the wrath of the Lord is going to come forth. It's going to come forth when you least expect it. It says, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed. When you think that you're secure, when you think that everything is all good, that's when you're going to be destroyed. And you're going to perish in the day of vengeance, man, because the Lord going to get you back for all the things you've been doing. You see what I'm saying? And the thing is, a lot of times our people, like, let me read verse 5. It says, concerning propitiation, be not without fear to add sin unto sin. Sometimes our people be like, well, I've sinned once, so, I might as well just sin again. Like, I'm a sinner, I'm just going to sin again. Like that song that Kendrick bring out. Like, that's how a lot of our people are. So they just add sin to sin, but they don't understand, like, when you deal with Romans. Let's go back to Romans. Our people don't be understanding, like, when you deal with Romans chapter 6. Let's go to Romans 6 and 23. Let's go to Romans 6 and 23. Because you can sin all you want. At the end of the day, the Bible says what? Romans 6 and 23, for the wages of sin is death. So as your sin continue to add up, just like the money you got, how much wages you have on you, how much money you have on you know what I'm saying? As the wages of sin, your sin adding up. Guess what it equals? It equals death. but the gift of God is eternal life. You see what I'm saying? Through um uh Jesus Christ, which we call, Yahweh Shai, Hamashiach, our Lord. You see that? So but yeah, like I was saying though, that's what it's gonna equal. It's gonna equal death in the end. All the things that you've been doing is gonna equal death in the end. So is that how you really want everything to end like that? Or do you want to, keep the commandments and do what you should be doing? Let's go to what was I about to go? Cause I was just talking about that. I had a precept in my mind that I was about to go somewhere. Oh, let's go to Matthew. Matthew. Let's go to Matthew chapter 24. Start. Yeah, let's go to Matthew 24. And we're gonna start at verse 36. So this is Matthew 24 and 36. It says, "But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only." So you gotta remember, the day of the Lord, even the Messiah don't know that day. The only person that knows when that day is gonna be, guess that the day and the hour is the Father. Showing you that the Messiah don't know everything. He does not know everything. So when you sit up there and want to say, "Oh, it's a Trinity, it's a Trinity," well, the Messiah doesn't know everything. He just said out his own mouth, "But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only." That's the only person that knows when all these things are gonna happen. The day of the Lord. He knows when that day is gonna be. You feel me? So understand that. Verse 37. "But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be." So this is where I'm keying in. It says, "But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be." So just that, and it's about to clarify what it's talking about. For verse 38, "For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark." So this is the things that was going on during the time when Noah was out there telling, letting people know, hey, this place is about to be destroyed by a flood. Just the same stuff that we doing. The same stuff that we out here telling y'all. We out here on the streets. Y'all think it's funny. Y'all think it's fun and games. Y'all think we just joking. Y'all said, "Boy, y'all broke, get a job." I got a job. All this talking crazy y'all do. But look, check it. It says that these people were sitting up there enjoying life, living it up, until Noah entered that ark. And it says, verse 39, "And knew not until the flood came and took them all away, so shall also be the coming of the Son of Man be." So all that playing around, living your life up, just doing everything you want to do, and not keeping the commands, not following the Most High as you should. Guess what? Just as this, when the flood came, it's gonna be too late. You see that? The flood came on these people and it was too late. And it's gonna be too late for you when the missiles hit. You feel me? You're gonna be looking up thinking about all the things you was doing wrong, and it's gonna be too late to get it right. You feel me? Verse 40. "Then shall two be in the field, the one shall be taken and the other left." Verse 41. "Two women shall be grinding at the mill, the one shall be taken and the other left." You see that? It's just showing you basically it's gonna be people that's gonna die here. It's gonna be people that's gonna be taken away on the chariot. Verse 42. "Watch therefore, for ye know not what the Lord, ye know not what hour your Lord do come." So you don't know what day he's gonna come. You don't know what day is gonna be the end of all this. You know what I'm saying? So you need to be watchful. You know, you need to be watchful. Matter of fact, let's go to the blue letter and look at this word in the blue letter. Matthew. Let's go to Matthew 24:42 in the blue letter. Let's look at this word for watch. Let's go here. Okay, so let's play this.
Strong's G 1127. Gregareo.
So that's the word for that's the word in the Greek for watch. Now let's look at the biblical usage of it. To watch. It says to watch, metaphoric for give strict attention to, be cautious, active, to take heed, lest through remission and indolence some destructive calamity suddenly overtake one. So look at the strong. Let's look at the Strong's definition of it. To keep awake. That's powerful. To keep awake. Watch, literally or figuratively. Be vigilant. Wake. Be watchful. So we should be vigilant, and we should be keeping awake. You feel me? Because of the things that's finna take place. You see what I'm saying? And we definitely should be giving strict attention to the prophecies, strict attention to it, everything that's finna, everything that the Most High has going on right now in the earth. It's not happening by you know, it's not happening by chance. It's happening for a purpose. You know what I'm saying? It's not happening. I mean, it's happening for you to pay attention to the prophecies and to get your life right, because something is finna happen. You feel me? And a lot of times our people don't want to they don't want to hear the truth, you know. But we're out here, telling y'all repent, come back to the commandments of God. You know what I'm saying? We over and over and over repent, come back to the commandments of God. But our people don't want to hear, you know. And it's gonna play a role in their downfall, and a lot of our people downfall. So let's get verse 43. But know this, that if the good man of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched and would not have suffered his house to be broken up. So if somebody already knew, like, when the thief was coming, he would have been paying attention, and his house wouldn't even been broken up or anything. Nothing would have happened to his house because he knew when the thief was coming. So he was already ready for him. It's not going to be like that for us, though. Watch this. Verse, it says Matthew 24:44. Therefore be ye also ready, for in such an hour as ye think not the Son of Man cometh. So you need to be ready, because it says for in such an hour that you think not that the Son of Man coming. You don't know when he coming. So you should just already have it in mind, like, he's coming tonight. So I need to be ready tonight. He's coming tomorrow. I need to be, at the end of the day, get ready now. Stay ready so you ain't got to get ready. You feel me? Stay ready so you ain't got to get ready. If you stay ready and ready at all times, you're doing what you need to do. You ain't got to worry about when he comes. Like, oh, dang, I was just doing it. I was just messing with somebody else's wife. Oh, I was just, I just got done hitting the lick on my own brother. Like, you got to, stay ready so you ain't got to get ready. Live right. Just do the right thing. Verse 45. Who then is a faithful and wise servant, whom his Lord had made ruler over his household, to give them meat in due season? Blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing. You see that? Somebody that's faithful and wise, that's watching over the household, that's doing the right thing. That servant's blessed when his Lord cometh, because he find him doing good, doing what he's supposed to do. Verily I say unto you, that he shall make him ruler over all his goods. Verse 48. But and if that evil servant shall say in his heart, my Lord delayeth his coming, and that's what a lot of our people are doing. The Lord ain't coming back no time soon. I'm about to go live. I'm about to go do whatever the hell I want to do. I'm about to go to see my people. I'm about to go start scamming and stuff like that. All our people doing all types of stuff, man. All types of wickedness under the earth. And they like, hey, the Lord ain't coming back no time soon, so I ain't got to worry about much. Let me just continue to live my life how I'm living it. So, that's how it is. So watch this. Verse 49, and shall begin to smite his fellow servants and to eat and drink with the drunken. So this person like, hey, he ain't coming back no time soon. So what I'm about to do is I'm about to beat up these fellow servants. I'm gonna eat and drink and get drunk. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be doing all types of stuff. I'm gonna live all type of lavish. I'm gonna do the evil that my flesh desires. You feel me? And what it say in verse 50, it says, the Lord of that servant shall come in a day when he looketh not for him, and in an hour that he is not aware of. It says verse 51, and shall cut him asunder and appoint him his portion with the hypocrites. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. So he basically let you know, hey, so that person that want to sit up there and that's not really watching, not paying attention to the signs and stuff like that, but he wants to, he feels like I'm not coming no time soon, so he wants to live his life any type of way, just do all types of manner of wickedness and evil. Guess what? He got something for you. And it ain't gonna be something good, man. It's gonna be destruction. So we need to keep that in mind. We definitely need to keep that in mind about, all these things happening and stuff like that, these prophecies taking place. Um, the rumors of wars taking place, all that stuff, because we know that the end is definitely getting closer. You know what I'm saying? Can't sit up there and pinpoint what day, can't pinpoint what hour, but we know that it's getting closer based on how these things are taking place. So what I'm gonna do is let me stop sharing my screen. So I'm gonna close out. I'm gonna give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High God, Yahweh, in the name of His Son, Yahweh Shai, who you know as Jesus Christ. And I'm gonna close out with a Shalom. We out.